Welcome everybody to Campaigns and Concoctions. Oh my god, I can't speak, guys. Welcome everybody to Campaigns and Concoctions, where we are a bunch of harsh hooligans who like to drink and play D&D. Hey. Very much a Monty Python hooray there. Everyone's been it's been a long couple of months for everybody, guys, so it's like if we don't feel enthusiastic right now, trust me, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Get a couple drinks and that's what we're trying to do.
Be alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic.
That's right.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us on this adventure of cooperative storytelling. If you want to reach us out on the interwebs, you can hit all of our interwebby things in the description of this episode, as well as check us out on Instagram at Campaign Concoctions Pod. There you can find the link to all of our interwebby things, and then you can discuss with us and engage with us as we go. Before we get into our singular cocktail tonight for the first one.
So far.
We do have some scheduling notes, and Nate, if you wouldn't mind taking that away.
So upcoming schedule change for us. This episode is releasing October 9th. Our next two episodes will release October 23rd and October 30th. We'll return to our every other release schedule after that. This was to keep us from playing holiday weekends so we can be with families and meet everything else up. However, this does mean that you can either share us with your family at those gatherings or use us to escape them. However that best works for you.
Valid.
Well done, Nate. Well done. With that being said, I don't believe we have anything else, any business that needs to be shared. But with that, we have drinks. I think most of us are drinking beer at this point. But Curtis made one that he had me in mind with, which, as I said, it was, I don't dislike it. I just don't know if I like it yet or not. It's good.
It is good. It's called an American Trilogy.
I love
It's
the
a
name.
cocktail that comes from the Milk and Honey Bar. And it is a old-fashioned variation. It is 1 ounce of Applejack, preferably an Applejack that's 100% apples, not something that's like mixed in a lab. And then 1 ounce of rye whiskey. And then I used a spoon of cane syrup instead of a Demerara cube. And I used, I pulled a peel of orange, I twisted it, rubbed it around the rim, and dropped it in.
That's right. And I am also drinking a cocktail. I took a Glencairn and I poured probably 3 ounces of Nika coffee still into it. Served just like that.
The rest
Serve
is like,
up.
I think, what do we, so we got a Four Noses Oktoberfest, 10-barrel apricot sour crush, and then,
Yeah, I got the Mandarin Citrus IPA.
so, what kind of cider you got?
It's the Sam Smith.
So we always got something. We're always drinking something. So that's our drinks. And because I forgot before we ended recording last week, and I didn't want to start it back up, or not last week, last session, we leveled up. Yay! So we are now officially level 5. So if everyone would please roll hit points.
Cheers with the cookie.
God damn it.
Yes, we also have macaroons from Trumpo. Sponsor us.
Oh, this is mine.
Max health for once.
in front of me.
Holy crap.
D8 or D6?
D6.
Almost.
Fuck you,
max.
Nate.
Fuck
No
that cookie
kidding.
something.
That's just the one time I've rolled it, so screw all of you.
Yeah!
Damn, max
I almost
HP.
put that down. And I threw it.
No ones?
We roll ones, all
right,
ones.
good. We're going to pick a different die. I got a 2.
It's your violence of action there. Leave that to me.
Hey,
You don't need to be so
work
violent
for
with
me.
your dice in the tower.
I guess what I'm doing wrong. Be more violent.
There you go. That makes me feel better. I'm now up to 39 hit points.
I'm like super.
I think I am too, actually.
See, I get one roll. Like that's only my second.
I'm only at
including first
37. I've been rolling like shit this campaign.
one. Yeah, I haven't been rolling that great. However, you have to hit me to actually do damage now. The problem is it's basically a critical strike when I do get hit.
Pretty much.
Do I have
I'm
the most
working
hit
on that.
points out of everybody right
I
now?
think you do.
What are you up
What
to?
do you have?
42.
I'm not far behind.
You're only 3 ahead of
I'm
me.
sure you got
I
more
feel
than that.
better. Like I feel I'm like okay.
I get +1, I think, to that.
You get 9.
Oh no, I get 6 plus
Plus 3.
3
Yeah.
plus 1.
Yep, because you get that +1.
Draconic character.
Oh, right. I forgot about Draconic Heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot about
Dude,
Draconic
that's
Heritage.
sick.
I don't understand how sorcerers work.
Sorcerer,
I was gonna say,
sorcerer
because-
tank. Sorcerer tank.
Because they're sorcerers.
Source tank.
I answered a Twitter question this week about what's your favorite class to play, which mine is, besides DM, is Wizard. But I did have to make the caveat that I haven't played them all because I haven't had the opportunity. Like I haven't played a Wizard and I haven't played a Druid. Actually, I haven't played a Fighter either. That's my next one I want to do if I ever get that point.
I'm missing Ranger, Fighter, Druid, Wizard.
I haven't played.
So half of them.
Do we finish
What happens if you
long
play
rest?
Bards every
When to
other?
play a
Haven't
Willish
played a wizard.
princess?
We finished long rest.
Multiple times.
Okay.
She doesn't look Druish.
1, 2,
All
3
right.
email bricks.
I think other than that,
Anyways, yes, continue before we get on Spaceballs.
right? Well, I'll just sit here and quote the whole movie.
Right.
Okay, so the last time
Oh.
that our party met was basically just kind of a recap and light planning. No one really, the plan really didn't come together. But the only plan that got made and executed was breakfast.
Accurate.
Hence why our last episode was the most accurate episode title, Bacon, Egg, and Cheese.
Right? That checks out.
But at this point, it's still kind of that midday-ish kind of thing. You guys were planning and talking about where you're going to go. If you guys want to continue that, or we can move forward in time as you see fit, you let me know. What do you guys want to do?
Let's go see that hot blacksmith.
I'm fine with rolling into Haven and disembarking.
Yep. Totally good with it.
So the
Okay.
next,
We got a coin in our pocket. We have to spend it.
Damn right.
How much
Look, if you don't spend it, you lose.
Oil.
That's what I'm told.
A lot.
So,
Especially on the
Quite
high
a bit.
seas.
So I have
Did Prosper show up and pay us? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
And with a bonus. And a retainer.
I have the 15.
you were there for that.
I have the retainer
He
money
wasn't.
and
No.
the bonus.
Prospering showed up when he was gone. We did the
We need to figure
mission
out how we're doing.
beforehand without him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where Prosperin was in that whole thing. That whole thing blurred. It's a lot.
Because I'm pretty sure the last thing I was
But that's right,
here
because
for
every
was
time
us getting on the boat.
every time Prosperin has come in, you have not been here.
The
Yeah.
most important
Which is
thing that
fine.
we learned
Hilarious.
during the last episode is that Prosperin has a secret compartment within the liquor cabinet where the better liquor is kept.
The even better liquor.
Even, yeah, much, yeah, you are 100% accurate. Even better liquor is kept.
As Matt had previously met a 25-year or 20-year younger Prosperin, Matt is not surprised.
Prosper is like one of my all-time favorite NPCs in this world.
That's why I keep bringing her back because she's fucking awesome. She's the whole reason this world exists is Prosperin with her stuff. But the next 3 days almost happens uneventfully. As the party passes where the battle with the pirates happened, no one's really paying attention, kind of uneventful, no one's really thinking about it. All of a sudden, though, a energy begins to bubble up. Who's on deck? Who's not? I know you're usually up in the crow's nest.
Yeah.
So that's Sark and
Unless I'm up in the crow's nest.
Well, I'm in a different crow's nest.
Different
well, you guys
crow's
were
nest
doing music lessons.
at some point.
Oh yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
We were.
I forgot about that.
Do you want to be
Early
doing music
shift.
lessons?
We can
Let's
we
do
can
music lessons while we show up onto this location.
see if we can figure out how to play that.
I have a
the punk
bone
song.
ocarina.
I'd
And
probably be up standing near the helm.
The helm. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else up on the deck? You're probably
I'm in cabin tinkering.
Elle's tinkering.
can I
What
roll a
time of day?
performance check?
This would probably be mid-morning, coming into afternoon.
Okay. I'll probably be coming down out of the
Okay.
crow's nest for my shift.
So
So your spell attack, DC.
I need everyone who's up on the deck to be making perception checks for me, please.
Why didn't I get your
Happily.
Passive override.
I did the worksheet.
As
Yeah.
per usual.
Thank God.
Keep asking though.
No, I will probably try to ask
18.
every time just in case.
16.
13.
21.
Not on deck.
I'd be on deck. Sorry. Double proficient. 17. Well, that was perception, right?
Yeah.
So everyone sees it. As you're looking off to the starboard side, just to the right.
Thank you. But which side of my body?
Unless you're looking, unless you're
I mean, my own body. Someone can point.
I can point.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Great.
Just like there's stage left and stage right, there is DM port and DM starboard.
There you go.
So we're talking DM starboard.
John is always north.
There we go.
When I put a map down,
That's valid.
John
yeah.
is always north.
That totally makes sense, actually.
It's really funny. That's backwards from how I do it.
Yeah, he
Right,
always
yeah.
went north.
North towards me.
Well, because the problem is as you can see in this map here, up is south,
There you go.
and I've done that too much, and it's caused a lot of consternation in that map.
That makes sense.
There's a lot of problems with the VA too. Every goddamn
Yeah.
building is north to south, and
Yeah.
it freaks me the hell out.
But as you're looking, everyone can see this really deep red light. And then if I get everyone but Elle to make an insight check real quick too. Woo!
Going hot tonight.
Oh, did anybody get any 20s?
No, but I got a
I
1.
got nat 19. Or
Mark it
19.
down.
You got a 1?
Nope, that's
Did
a
we do
10.
anything fun on
Never
ones?
mind, that's a 10.
Not for this one. There's nothing really.
Insight. Okay.
that was
That
really
is
deceiving for a
shockingly better than
moment.
I thought it was gonna be. That's a 14.
So you two fail. So Patrice and Scald fail.
17.
17, 14. You said 17,
Matt.
14.
14,
Sorry.
and yours was
10. I thought it was a 19, but it was a 10.
So Sark and Esaway, wow. Sark and Esaway, you guys remember that this is probably right around the area where you encountered the Blood Pirates.
Blood pirates.
Blood
I'll
pirates.
verbalize that to Patrice since I'm with Patrice. This is where we sunk that pirate ship.
That was gross. I'm pretty sure at some point I asked Scal to prestidigitation all that blood off of me, but it was not okay.
We're
So
it's
what-
so fucking far over our heads.
So we're right there, and we know. And like, what do you think? What do you think the bullshit is off the starboard bow?
I don't know. We're in so far over our fucking heads, Patrice. I have no idea why the sea is glowing red. I've never seen this in my decades on boats.
Your decade.
Ish.
Ish.
How old am
Kind of.
I? Fucking elves, man. I'm like,
Not
how old am I?
Not
I got
old
old
enough.
That's right.
Kind of 17.
It's at least a decade, if I remember right.
Is Scal? What part of the boat is Scal?
Scald's next to the helm, next to the captain.
Is that towards the back?
Mm-hmm.
Scal! Starboard!
You've already seen
Mate.
it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I see it.
I feel like I'm in the rigging and I just turn around and
Good.
sign to Scald. You should swing wide.
Don't. Damn
Hey,
it.
Captain, we should swing around it.
He has noticed it, and he is already turning.
Yeah.
But as you watch,
And I'm
eventually,
like, he's on it.
I'm like halfway down the rigging.
Right.
This is happening. I'm like,
As the ship is making that kind of a turn to the left, you watch in the center of this red is a bubble against a bubble, almost like it's boiling, and then all of a sudden, like a geyser erupts out of the center, and as you're watching, the scent of decay and death, and then you see bones and body parts, and then contract back down, and then the red and all of the floating detritus of sentient bodies instantly cleanses itself. The scent goes away, and it's normally there's this kind of like salty, briny scent to the sea.
Yeah.
And this is almost like when you light a pine scented candle. It's really nice, right? It just smells fucking pine solid
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Like
like the
some
opposite of that.
no, this is no, it's
It smells like a nice West Coast IPA.
it
There
went,
you go.
it went from that scent
Oh,
of
okay,
dent
gotcha, yeah.
to a cleanliness
Mm.
that is unnatural.
Sure.
Is the
Yeah.
point
Yeah.
I'm trying to make
Yeah.
with that one.
Yeah. Hazy East Coast IPA is a natural.
I said West Coast. They're
Oh, West Coast. Same thing.
No, we've got from hazy IPA to like piney West Coast IPA.
Yeah,
right?
he said
yeah.
pine salt. So
Yeah,
West
yeah,
Coast.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, West
somebody that's doing their best to jam as much hops into a beer as possible.
Right.
Right.
I want this to be so bitter you don't taste anything for a week and a half.
Some lore.
So fuck you. Never do that again.
Oh, we're not doing Malort Jello shots next time.
Oh, I'll make us Malort Jello shots.
I have a bottle.
Why?
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 Leave it to my buddy Bobby. as a joke.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Malort, please sponsor
As
us.
we continue to move past,
we will take a shot.
is there? No, we won't. No, we won't.
No.
Let's get back into the game, guys. Let's get back into the game. You move past the scent that clean scent hits all of you on deck. It actually hits you too, El. And it's just completely unnatural how clean it smells.
It's not the fucking ocean supposed to smell like.
But it smells nice though.
We're fucking in over our heads.
Is that uncommon for you? It seems to be par for the course for me. Especially since I met y'all.
I just used to work on ships.
Yeah.
I just fell into this because I wasn't ready to be on a boat, and now I'm on a fucking boat again.
Well, at least you're with great friends, right?
I leave the crow's nest.
Can I roll performance before you leave the
Yes, please do.
What are you performing? How about that? What are you
Poorly is what it seems
no,
like.
but what are you performing?
I'm performing on my ocarina,
ocarina.
and I'm
Thank you.
trying to learn from my friend here, and I rolled a 12.
I think
It's not bad, right? So, but it's definitely not to the level of your bard friend.
Oh, of course.
But it's that sixth grader who's been in band for 2 years,
Yeah.
right? So it's still okay, right? Good job, buddy. Kind of level.
keep working on that, Patrice. I'm gonna go find a spell and get a drink.
Hot cross
You just keep
buns on the
practicing.
ceiling. I'll keep practicing.
Yeah.
You said louder is bad, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You're welcome.
I will be knocking on a room door to Sark will knock on the door and be like, "Oh, weird big magic's happening outside."
Yeah, I thought stuff smelled clean. That was weird.
The weird whatever pirates we fought, that puddle was still red and now it's not. Although it did seem to try and vomit all of the scrum back up.
Scrum. Accurate for what your character. That was the most accurate thing you've ever said.
At that point, the door's gonna open.
Those are rugby matchups.
And it's made out of dead bodies.
It spewed up
Right?
with all the parts and then it's gone. Both the spew and the parts.
That's new.
Yeah. Skull might have more information. And I'm gonna go sit in the cabin where Cookie is. Before I walk by, SOA I think was talking to Skull.
Not there yet.
So he's gonna go back in.
You're not in a crow's nest. You're with the captain.
Yeah, I'm at the helm. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm trying to manipulate him. Okay.
I had to find Scald, and that was fucking weird. You want to have a drink?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Sure do.
What are you doing now?
I am.
I heard dice rolling, so I want to.
That was me just trying to determine if he was going to go back to what he was doing or go investigate.
Okay, so what are you doing?
He's working on his arcane firearm.
Okay. Did you go back to do it to working on
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah, the smell of brimstone turned into pine sol for just a little bit, and then went back
It
to
would have
brimstone.
been at this point. It probably would have been the smell of like hot metal.
Like if you're working on a lathe.
More like if you're shaping metal, but not with a hammer.
He's just got a full torch going inside of our wooden boat.
Of course, it
What's the worst that can happen?
that's what gnomes do.
There's a
Another
reason for the
D&D
sign on the
campaign
warning.
that's not OSHA compliant.
Right? Shocking.
So,
He just got second level spells. He has heat metal now. He's not using a torch.
so, yeah, but you're a gadget wizard, so maybe you are kind of using a torch, right? Right? Like it's kind of like a mix between the two. It's
It's
Finger
more like,
guns.
it's more like
the old
running it
school.
through the copper coils.
yeah.
It's a conductive heat, not an actual thermal reaction.
I was thinking of like the perfume sprayers that had like the old school nozzle, and it's just like.
That would fit the aesthetic.
How hard would it like? We're next door. Are we 2 doors down?
You guys are in the
next
center
door.
cabin.
We're in the
so
center
of
cabin,
three,
so we're
yeah.
next door, and we've smelled. And do we have any inkling? Like, does my character have any inkling that like there's a bunch of fire being done inside the wooden boat? like that there's a potential explosive nature to what's happening.
Roll an insight check.
There is a sign on the door that says
That was.
absolutely no fire inside there.
I just left that up from when I was making potions.
I have a 17. That's a good call.
Keeps people out.
The problem is that you have experience with helping to repair ships. The other problem is that you probably don't know all of these smells.
Probably not.
No, nothing. The only thing that's close to normal he's been using is the alchemical tool set.
I think there's probably a point where maybe sulfur and brimstone, those might be, you might recognize that smell, but that could be anything,
Could
right?
Yeah.
Especially as a magic user,
Yeah.
you know. So even with that high, you know something weird's happening. You know, but you get the sense that it's magical, that it's not necessarily a straight fire,
Okay.
right?
What in Patrice's head that he's thinking like, if this is going to happen on a regular basis, is there something that we could do to, you know, in building code you have fire ratings for walls, and I was wondering if maybe we could put some type of like magical anti-fire coating or put in a sprinkler system, you know, that like. This is the types of stuff that's going through my character's head right now. If there's any possibility of doing something along those lines. Fireproofing their room. Yeah.
Make an intelligence check.
All right.
Because there's no skill for that.
Right?
Ooh, pretty good.
You were rolling
I think
monster tonight.
There's no building code skill?
I'd like to roll for building code.
I mean, the closest I could actually think on this one would probably be an Arcana check.
I mean, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I don't have a plus to Arcana, so it's a straight 17.
Well, I mean, what's your intelligence modifier? Do you have an
0.
Okay, so
Also 0.
It's not negative.
Yeah,
Not
there's that.
negative.
At least there's that. You're doing great, buddy.
No,
You're doing great.
I actually picture Patrice having high intelligence, low wisdom.
right.
You know, neither one is high.
In my defense.
In my defense, my charisma is very high. People like me.
That's right.
People have
I was about to say, having high charisma does not mean that you're likable.
I make an impression on people.
There you go.
That's for sure.
I think that you would know that you've heard tale of shipbuilders and artisans who can do something like that.
Well, that sounds
That's
like
not
what he's going
some-
to do when he gets to port.
That's not something that you're going to be able to do in Haven.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're gonna. That's why I say you've heard of it, because
He's going to have to talk to his dad.
the dry docks that you guys that they have at Haven are very rudimentary.
Yeah.
They can do the basic repairs to both flying and seafaring ships, but to do that level of stuff requires artificers and master shipwrights. So probably one of the city states of Wudan.
Okay.
If you're really feeling froggy, Gansworth. But there's a lot of people in your party that may not approve of that.
Yup.
Is that where the high elves live?
No, there's other things.
Okay.
I think it's even been mentioned there's been reactions to your party when Gansworth has been mentioned. Yeah. So,
All right. Well,
and then if you,
not fun
but if you're
kind of pirates.
if you're willing to travel the long distance, Tinkermere.
Maroon.
Tinkermere will do. You can get anything done in Tinker.
understood.
Right.
And even though you can't pronounce it, because I did hear that this morning as I was listening to the game, you said Tinkermeyer because you had only read it. You only read it.
That sounds right.
But that's why you would have heard of what they can do. Is you probably would have read something that those in the shipyard would have
Okay.
had. Because even though this is a game that's based off of medieval society, there are trade publications. That shit makes its rounds.
Yeah.
The best practices of shipbuilding.
Yeah.
Trade unions, baby.
Yeah.
Well, I have some new objectives when I get to port.
So, the rest of the trip, though, is uneventful after this. You
Mm-hmm.
and you.
Trees and
So,
Scout.
Patrice and Scald. I don't know what I want you guys to roll on this. Because it's not a skill check. Yeah, let's go with a 100 roll. That's
100?
just the easiest way to do
Yeah.
this.
When does it drop?
I got a 2.
Okay.
Got a 43.
Okay.
Dropped it on the 42.
The night before you get into Haven, you sleep the sleep of the blissful, unaware.
Skell's so lucky.
So lucky.
The real reason John plays D&D.
Yeah, seriously.
His
This is
character's
actually
gonna
me
get
living
that
out my fantasy.
Bacon, bacon,
Sleep.
eggs, bacon, and cheese.
Yeah, every
And
day.
sleep.
Every day and sleep.
And good tobacco.
And good tobacco every day.
Patrice, as you sleep in your hammock, you see barren wasteland and then you hear the clamoring of armor and arms. It's kind of that. It's sepia toned but more red. And you watch as massive armies coming from 4 or 5 directions clash, with strange banners flying over their heads. One does come to your mind, remind you of something you saw when you fought the pirates. It is a banner of a flayed dragonborn skull. There are other banners that you have seen but you can't identify, but maybe they are. Actually, make a religion check for me real quick.
Not good. 8.
You know that they have a religious context.
Understood.
As you look around, you look above where each of these armies are coming from, and there is some sort of being. Can't really see it. It's unlike if you're remembering when you were underwater with SOA and Scald, and everyone was kind of nebulous. This is even more so obscured. But there's a level of power that's emanating from those beings.
There's only the one being, or there are multiple
There's
beings?
at least 5.
There's at least 5. There's 4 armies and 5 beings.
4 to 5. You said 4 to 5. You're not really
All
sure.
right.
But you're getting a sense of what this is.
Are they? Is it just like a mosh pit?
Yes.
Or okay.
Oh my god.
You awake the next morning.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Guess we're here now. I don't know if I'm gonna get Scald asleep still. How early?
You woke up before everybody. You naturally do that anyways.
Except this
Except for
guy?
maybe this one, Sark. But I don't know what
Can't
Sark's
wake up
doing.
before Sark.
Sark does kind of have to power down for a little bit.
I'm still aware. I just don't move.
Yeah.
It's a more aware trance.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like trance, but actually like respectful of the other people's bodies in space. more aware.
Patrice, I've been up to go to the crow's nest at like 4 a.m.
Got
every
it.
time we go.
Got it. Yeah. So a little after.
Couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
Not
It was just
terribly
right
late.
there. It's like right there.
So as you, I'm assuming you're probably gonna head up to the deck. Is what you're doing, right?
I'm awake now.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna go spend some time looking off the bow. Not the bow is the back.
Bow's the front.
Bow is the front. The stern. I'm gonna look off the stern of the boat,
Okay.
which is actually a ship, but you call it a boat. So I'm looking off the stern of the
So
ship.
as
And I'm
you-
watching the eddies of the boat.
as you exit, this is the beginning of nautical twilight.
Got it.
So there is this kind of bluish hue. It is, as someone who's actually seen it, spectacular, right? And then it's weird, right? Because it's one of the few times where the sea is darker than the sky before the sun comes up. And as you walk up to the quarterdeck, and the second mate is there steering the ship, gives you a nod. And as you walk back and as you look behind, you watch as the photoluminescence of the sea creatures, this is a real thing that actually happens on the sea too, just kind of swirls into eddies. And it almost matches the constellations of the sky because it's so dark out. There's no light. And you can see just that massiveness. And the only thing that covers that are the rings of Liberath as they cut across the sky.
What is the? Is there a name for the swath of stars in the sky?
There is, I don't know it.
Okay,
Actually, I haven't thought that far.
that's fair. No, it's totally fair.
Does the ring seem to stay put, or do we kind of rotate?
They rotate.
They rotate around.
At least that's your,
but from
that's
my
your
perspective,
reference.
it moves.
Yeah, and it's perceptible
Oh,
Throughout the
as you watch. Yeah,
Okay.
and then
are there almost like constellations within the rings themselves? Do people see things in them?
yeah,
Cool.
they're like pinkish
Okay.
rings, and then as you kind of take all of this, you realize that the 3 moons are behind you and kind of casting a purplish silver light behind you. It's after kind of that disturbing images that you've had in your dream. This space is quiet. You just get that swish of the water, the gentle push of the wind against the sail, and that briny, salty sea-ness, and it calms you a little bit.
Do I get a sense of whether the turmoil is where we're going or where we came from.
Roll an insight check. That's a good question. Good questions. See what I'm saying about his level of violence and ruling?
18.
You get more of a sense that this is something bigger. Not necessarily affecting you and your group directly. This is something that you just happen to get a happenstance to glance at. You don't know if this is something that happens all the time. This is outside of your realm, outside of the planet. It's really big. But you're getting the sense that maybe there's larger games afoot. It may not even impact you. But as you have now left Haven for the first time, already being exposed to the wider world, now you realize that beyond the world is something even wider. And maybe these are some of the words that the being you call Haven is addressing. And maybe that's what they are dealing with. With that, we're going to take our first break of the evening.
All right.
And we'll be right back with cocktails. So hold on. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody, to Campaigns and Concoctions, where we are just experimenting left and right because we have interesting cocktails. You made what?
I made a michelada. It is based off of the El Coco Pirata restaurant's michelada, which has several ingredients. The largest ingredient is 16 ounces of 12 ounces of Modelo Especial, and then it's got 4 ounces of Clamato juice, and then it's got 3/4 of an ounce of a mango chamoy. The brand I used is Sonola. It's hard to find from my perspective. I had to get it off the internet. It also has a whole lemon juiced into it, 1/4 of an ounce of Maggi seasoning, and 2 dashes of Cholula and 2 dashes of Tajín. And then it is garnished with a tamarind chili straw candy. And the straw serves the purpose of being a straw and being delicious at the same time. As the drink kind of like, right when you put it in, it's kind of hard. But if you let it sit in the liquid for a while, it'll kind of marinate. You just kind of lick that sweet candy right off the straw. It's so good. Michelada means my cold one.
There you go.
I'm really sad we don't live stream this shit, guys. I'm real sad.
Kind of. Every now and then I am. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Most times I'm glad we're not. There are moments where it's like, I wish we could just edit highlights and put it up.
If you want to see me licking that straw on camera, you're gonna have to join our OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's right. $5
The
a
only
month,
thing-
folks. $5 a month.
Only thing on our OnlyFans is Curtis looking the straw.
Right. And for $5 a month, you have permanent access to that.
Hell yeah.
And pictures of feet.
Yeah.
Nobody looks at the
Not our
pictures.
feet. Not our feet. Just random pictures of feet.
Random pictures of feet
Yeah,
we found on
random
the
pictures of feet that we found on stock images.
And then, John, you made 2.
I made 2. I made Lydia's Fury. It's a rye whiskey drink. I actually fucked it up and made it wrong because I didn't label my syrups. Remember to label your syrups. So what it should be is 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey, 1 ounce of Palisade peach syrup, 0.75 ounce of Serrano agave. That's where I fucked up. I accidentally put the honey syrup in there because they look identical.
That's why it's there's no heat on that.
Yeah,
there's no
it's
heat
lovely the way it
whatsoever.
is.
It's very tasty. It's just not the right drink. 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of Aperol. And normally, if I have them, I'll char a peach slice to toss in there for the garnish. And then the other one that I made is
It's really pretty too.
It is very pretty. Yeah.
It's called the Astral Trip.
It looks like the color of salmon, like actual
Yeah,
salmon.
actual salmon. Yeah. It's called the Astral Trip.
Yeah.
All right. So it's the Astral Trip. It was 1.5 ounces of plum brandy. We used that Slovitz. It says 1 teaspoon of maraschino liqueur. I did about 1.5 Japanese bar spoons of maraschino and an ounce of schnapps, pear schnapps, shaken with ice, served up. It's a nice small little drink, which I really like. It packs a lot of flavor, but it's a really, really small drink, so you can put it in like a daiquiri glass or something like that. And I garnished it with a maraschino cherry because I thought it would look pretty.
Every single person that tasted the drink turned their head to the side and went, "Oh."
Yeah.
And everybody said, "That is delightful."
It is sweet and floral at the same time, which are usually things that don't go together. But this one, it works.
Yeah, it does.
Curtis, I believe my exact response was, "Holy fuck, that's so good."
Mm-hmm.
You say that a lot, but I love it every time. Did we
I'm
get? You're
enthusiastic
supposed to.
about the
Can somebody
booze.
get a gif of you drinking the booze and saying "Holy fuck, that's good" again? That was fun. The last time we did it.
We can
John,
do
get on
that.
GIF
We can do
making.
that.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get on the gifs.
I'll work on it.
All right, more gifs of Matt drinking things.
All right.
They'll be in the OnlyFans.
They will be on the OnlyFans, yeah.
Love to score. We're gonna have to create a Patreon page so we can have a Patreon only Discord channel.
Right.
That's what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be Matt drinking beverages.
And Curtis licking straws.
Hey, give the people what they want.
Honestly, the only thing other than the game that people talk to me about on the internet are the drinks. So that's lovely. So at this point, the sun is slowly beginning to rise over the horizon, and most of you begin to awaken. Elle still slumbers, the slumber of a angsty teen. No, that was last
Oh
night.
no.
I was gonna say that's before bed.
For those of you that awaken, Sark, you would have noticed Patrice just kind of gazing off into the distance of where the ship has come from. The two of you would also, about an hour after you had come up on deck, Patrice, you would have noticed the scent of breakfast being made. It seems that the last of the bacon had been used previously, so it's not there. But warm bread, something meaty. It's just not that distinct bacon that you smell.
Salt pork.
No, it's something being cooked.
Oh.
So breakfast is being prepared. And if you turn and look to the bow, you can see the lights of Haven on the horizon. Not glowing like you can actually see the city. You can just see the glow of the city.
Got it. Like a
Slightly
halo.
below the horizon.
Mhm.
You've got probably at least half, if not 3/4 of a day sail left to get there.
How's the weather?
It's clear, but the wind is fairly strong. And
back or
the
front?
reason that it's going to take you a little bit longer is because you're tacking into it. So you're
Got it.
zigzagging to catch that wind.
Vectors and shit.
I've watched a lot of America's Cup. I don't know why. I love that shit. It's fucking fun to watch those rich white boys sail something.
They got great dies.
They do have great guys.
It's the only thing that they're good for.
Having dies?
No, boats.
Okay.
I have other things, but I'm not going to say it.
One of the things
Only
we were
thing that
talking
they're
about
good
last
at.
session was how much does the crew get paid? We were gonna ask about that.
Do we pay the crew or
Mhm.
okay?
It's our crew now.
Yeah.
We have a title for the boat.
Scald has a title for the boat.
I-
He's
I
not
own the
letting
boat.
go of that.
I own the boat.
I unintentionally have now granted John one of his entire goals for the whole fucking campaign.
I'm
What do you
just
think?
You think Skjald doesn't immediately alter his sights as soon as he achieves this?
I just see Skull like
Yeah.
I need a ship. I need a fleet.
That's right, exactly.
I need a big ship.
Commodore.
I need
Skull
a
going.
an invasion force.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I need.
I don't know anyone to invade, but it sure would be cool to be
Game's
able
worth
to.
it. Right there.
Yeah, like,
Sometimes you get paid
right.
not to invade
Yeah, right
people.
there.
That's kind of a
Skull
grip.
does have places to
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Don't get
But
me wrong.
maybe he could get paid not to invade them.
Sounds like a great
Doesn't
racket.
it sound good? You just kind of sit offshore
That
and
sounds
be
like
like, hey,
Skjald's kind
hey,
of grift.
we're here to protect you. Nudge,
Right.
nudge, wink, wink.
Right, exactly.
I mean, you can have an automaton like walk out of the ocean and just be like, "Hi, I'm here to collect your payment."
That's right.
The ships will stay out there, but I got to go back in the ocean.
Yeah.
And I'm sounding like half the party at this point.
Right.
Because
All of us.
Oh, yeah.
I think
You got
everybody has
pictures
the
of water
ability to
breathing, too.
just walk up onto shore.
Because there's those of you who don't have the innate ability to breathe underwater
Right.
have amulets of water breathing.
oh, right, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Because I can just breathe underwater.
Yeah, but they expect like sea elves to come out. They don't expect robots to walk out of the water.
You can be first. Forever. I'm okay with that.
I mean, that's kind of the goal.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think you're just on point, man. You're the point man. Point day.
But that figuring out how much we need to pay the crew and how we're going to split the ridiculous amount of platinum that we have right now is L's goal for the day. Because it needs the first payments need to come out of that 500 that we got.
I mean, should we talk to the captain about? Do we know what Prosper was paying them?
Nope. She just got handed bills and signed off on them.
Because the question was asked. It's just been asked to the wrong person.
So we should ask the captain what they're getting paid.
I'm not entirely sure the captain will know. That sounds like something he'd hand off to a second or third mate.
How complicated do we want to make this, guys?
L is going to go find the two people that he knows have been on ships a lot and ask them that question. Because he wasn't part of the initial conversation. He's going to go find Skjald or SOA, whichever one he finds first, and ask them.
Roll d6 and tell me odd or even.
Odd.
You find Scald first.
But much later in the day.
He's been up earlier. He's been up early enough to catch everybody at breakfast most days.
There you go.
But he's gonna go find Skald and so we have to pay these people.
Yeah.
How much do they get paid?
I don't know.
We should figure that out. Because it
Okay.
should definitely come out of this money and not money that we already made.
Sure.
How do we figure out how much they get paid?
Just go ask the captain.
We're gonna go find the captain then.
What do you call this, Scout? Is it cafe? What is it? The brown, the hot stuff. What do you call it?
As Elle is leaving, you just hear, it's coffee.
I turn around and walk away with that.
I prestidigitation it so it's cold as
no.
Patrice is sipping it.
Oh! I think you just invented cold brew.
I think so.
Different. Also good. Set the drink down.
Don't know. The captain gives you a correct answer.
Okay. We will set, depending on how much it is, I'm gonna try to set aside either 1 or 2 months' pay out of the 500 that we got.
Did you receive or did
I'm
she
holding
receive?
the 500 platinum.
You have the 500 platinum.
She's got the bonuses and the
Yes,
retainer.
I received.
So that we can divvy up amongst us.
PHP, please.
This is definitely not Sark talking, this is Nate talking. We can divvy that up. The 500, I think 350 of it at least should be set aside to pay the crew. As a reserve. Since we don't know what we're going to get into and we don't know how soon we're going to get into it.
If we don't know what we're doing when we get back to port. So
Where is said money kept?
Tark doesn't actually know. It's one of those things that he took
Neither
it
does
and
Patrice.
it's
Patrice
safe
has never
as far
had his
as-
own money.
This is Matt talking. Doesn't L have a bag of holding?
Yep.
Tark just hands.
I'm just happy to not be party treasurer right now. So
Right.
that's always great for me.
Have you ever had a character that wasn't their first goal not to acquire a bag of holding? Pretty
I did-
sure it was either that or a portable hull.
Did
Yeah.
One or the other.
Shamara have a bag of holding?
no. Shamara didn't care enough. Shamara's the
Yeah.
only one.
Oh,
Yeah.
My fighter was the only one that didn't.
Yeah. That
Because
sounds right.
we gave my Disney princess Warlock, who had no idea how money worked, all of the party's money. It was so dumb.
I loved it.
It was
one
so
of my
dumb.
favorite things
I don't know what
It
I'm
was
supposed
kind
to
of the
do with
best.
this. Is this the right amount of money? Here you go.
Hey, we got treated really well.
It was like a
Wow.
child walking up and holding out a handful of coins and having an adult pick out the right amount.
That's exactly right.
Part was the times that they were adults going.
Right.
Yeah, the only reason Shamara wasn't holding the money is because he hadn't figured out that part yet.
We would have got it.
She did ask him a lot.
No.
Previous
But they didn't really talk a whole lot.
So much fun.
You guys want me
Is
to
gold flammable?
Everything's flammable. Some you just have to get hotter than others.
How flammable is gold on a scale of water
The sawdust?
to sawdust?
It's a lot closer to water than
A lot
sawdust.
closer. Okay, so
Even
like
shredded?
Yeah. Gold doesn't have that same.
How do you
poof effect.
shred water?
Ice flakes.
I think it involves some type of board that's elongated with some fins on the back.
Oh, I think I met some islanders that did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's shredding water.
Must be nice to not instantly sink.
Alright.
You know, yeah. Do we? Have you thought about making like flotation devices?
No,
for
we
your
are not
friends?
doing that again.
Again.
That was fun.
Again.
How high out of the water did you shoot?
He didn't.
I hate ducks now.
Well, you know, no one really likes ducks, and the people that like ducks haven't spent enough time around ducks.
I feel like there's more to this story, and I want to know. I'd like to remind you that SOA does not have eyebrows right now.
Yes. I forgot about that. I'm very happy that you reminded us.
Have you thought about coloring them in?
Actually, yes, I consider tattoos. She's gonna go get that done once we're back in.
Yeah, it's a good
But
idea.
it's gonna be like really spider web.
Right, yeah, I like that.
You gotta get tattooed eyebrows. Hell yeah. Are they permanently like on no more eyebrows, or is it just temporary?
They're not coming back.
They're not
Been a
coming
few
back.
days.
I mean, it's
I missed all of this.
Yeah, it's been about 5 days, and
Yeah.
she apparently doesn't have them back yet. Anything back yet?
All right. Well, it's disconcerting to look at you. It's hard to judge your your expression.
it's condescending. I'll let you know if that changes.
It has yet to do so. It's easy to look down on people when you're taller than them, huh?
I have to remember it.
Are you looking up how tall you are?
Yeah.
Like how we're all like, wait, how tall are our characters?
I feel like
I'm pretty tall.
right. Like I'm definitely shorter than Sid.
Shorter than you're taller than me.
How tall is Patrice?
5'4", 5'3".
Okay, I am a little bit taller than Patrice.
How tall are you?
5'6".
I think it was 7 me. So I'm 5'8".
How tall is Skull?
5'7".
Okay.
Yeah, Sid's the tallest.
Right. You're moving your hand up when you do it. You gotta go straight across.
So L,
as I handed you the payment there, it's 216 gold pieces a month for the crew, and then 10% of any earnings for the officers. The captain informs you that their last payment will not come out of any money that you earned on that last one, that 500. That Prosperin paid them a percentage of that platinum. So what
Up
was
until
that?
we get to port.
So that was what 50 platinum for the officers that they paid her. They paid them.
Okay.
So
Damn.
and then she also paid because it was such a large payment for you guys. She paid for 3 months of pay for the crew.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's a damn good deal.
We are definitely more than picking up the call when she calls next time.
Yeah.
And it's the platinum is 100 gold.
10 gold.
10
gold.
They're all
Yes,
by 10,
because
so it's
Electrum's
10.
5. Cause
Electrum
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
The election doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
no.
In any campaign we've ever been in.
It's so basically what it works out to is it's half of a modest day rate. So it's 5 silver a day, and the months are generally about 36 days. There's a couple that are shorter because it's a even number of days. It's not odd. It's like something like 200 or two. You know.
I love how we both built calendars that make sense. And not the same makes sense.
It was I put it into a generator, and I said, and it was, one of the questions is, does the calendar start on the same day every year? And I said, yes.
Right.
Please and thank you.
So the week the calendar that's on World Anvil is the same every year. The only thing that changes is the year.
Mine is 13 months of 5 weeks a month. That's 7 days a month.
So it's never like a
days a week.
second
Stays.
Monday of this month. It's always
There's
just
no leap
that.
years in Liberarth?
Perfection. There's no daylight savings either.
Yeah, right.
Thank God.
It's also the fourth calendar that's existed because the world things happen.
Sometimes you need a new calendar.
Well, there's usually a big massive thing that happens.
It's a good goal. Let's cause a new calendar.
A pretty good goal.
Campaign goals.
I'm down.
All right. Once again, I wish we were live streaming so you could see the look Dustin just made.
That's very akin to Sark's skull.
So at this point, you are turning into. So if you remember, it's a protected harbor, and I actually have a kind of temporary map of Haven family, and I'm gonna post it in the Discord server. But there's a bit of a protected harbor, and as you're turning into the starboard here, and you're seeing. There seems to be an abundance of tritons in the water today. Not sure why, but seems like there's something going on maybe below surface.
It wouldn't be like a Triton holiday or something like that.
It may be.
Would I know?
Probably.
Can I roll for that?
You would know. I just don't have
Okay.
that. I don't have that sheet here with me today.
Sure.
It is a Triton holiday.
So before we get into the harbor at some point, or before we actually dock up, I want to pull everybody together and discuss what we're gonna do with the money. Because I would like, after we get everybody together, I'd like to.
Where are we at?
We've got 500 platinum.
Plus 20.
Plus,
We're on the boat. We're on the boat, are we?
I'm the cabin with all the good booze, I'm assuming, since everyone likes to drink but me.
You like to drink?
You like
So I
to
like bubbles.
I add bubbles to everything I put in front of you.
Prestidigitation.
I finger guns the fuck out of those wine glasses.
So, I have 20. You have the
I have 500.
500. Do you want to?
I would like to set
Hold
aside 6 months worth of pay for the crew.
Which would be.
Which would be 130 platinum.
Okay.
Don't we already have 3 months paid for up front though?
We do.
Are there
So
any
do you want to set aside 3 months?
Are there any
I'd like to
banking
set aside 6
establishments in
months
Haven?
just so we
Not
don't
in
spend it immediately.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good. That's
That feels accusatory.
that sounds about right to me.
That's very much the voice of experience. If I don't have the money on me, I can't spend it.
You never know when we won't be able to complete a mission for some time and bring in more funds.
Do we need to provision the ship outside of having money set aside for the crew?
I'm not playing that game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was
part of the crew rate. Is
that's the extent of big money for Morgan right there is figuring out a crew rate.
Thank you.
Yeah. No,
You should know better than that, Matt.
I have to throw it. If I don't say it, somebody's going to say it.
no.
no.
It's just
I'm- You're the only person asking the teacher about homework over the weekend.
Which is funny because Matt should know better than anybody that I don't play that game.
I just want to make sure that we have food. Okay.
It was 320 gold. No, yeah. What was it
For what?
for the crew?
130 platinum.
So
for
it's
6
two.
months.
It's two. What is it? 236
for
per month.
216 per month.
216 per month.
Gold.
Yeah, 216 gold per month.
21.6 times 6.
And then I
Does it-
believe we can divide the rest.
130.
I still can't believe none of you guys grabbed Residual. Was
Residual. Yeah.
I got that stuff. I got the
Close
fuck out of there.
There's a reason why I still have so many pouches and 2 picks. We may be going back there sooner than
We're
we
definitely going back there because Elle didn't get any residual.
Yeah, why?
Because we
Because
turned
we were
right
there to
instead
get
of
the
left.
staff.
That's right.
So we'll set aside one.
Before pleasure.
That's true.
So we'll set aside 130
Platinum.
platinum for the crew, which leaves 370.
Which comes out to
61.66666.
Yes.
Are we dividing them each?
61 platinum and 6 gold each.
Plus,
Let's take the remainder and just put it into the fund that we have.
Yeah, whatever
For
the
crew.
remainder is. Just give everybody 61 platinum. Put
Yeah,
whatever
that makes
is
more
left
sense.
off of that into the reserve fund.
Skull, I'm gonna have you make a. Actually, you know what? That's totally a Skull thing to do. Give him all the fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have you make a
Mostly
roll.
because he's like, I want one denomination in my pocket for as long as possible.
So everybody had 610.
No, I'm talking about like just instead of paying them every
Well,
month,
plus-
you would
plus-
just give them the money.
Oh yeah, no, I would just be like, here's
Or 61 platinum.
6 months worth of pay.
plus
Yeah.
3. I have another 20.
Oh, did you count in his?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I have mine.
No, the 20 was the bonus.
Bonus, yeah.
Mhm.
It was
You guys got a bonus.
the retainer plus 5 for the bonus.
The, the
So we
ship
each get
has
3
people
plus
whose job it is to give the crewmen their pay each week.
4.
That's not my job.
If it's plus 3.
I give that person all of the money.
No, but what I'm saying is,
And I
like,
go-
I could see Skull just going up to each crew and here's 6 months pay, guy.
I mean, he probably would do that too. Don't get me wrong, but it just sounds like a lot of work when we're almost to the.
The
Hell is preventing that from
Torques and arm
happening.
brace.
yeah, exactly.
What I was saying.
Yeah, my financial advice.
She
Oh,
pays,
401.
she's
That's
the one
right.
who deals with money. It's
Okay.
the first name.
Then I probably would have gone to find her at some
Should think
point
it's a
to
chunk
see
of
how
pay.
she wants to handle the crew pay.
She actually
extra 2.
she will take all 6 months of pay for the crew, and
9 months.
she will disperse it as necessary.
Then I will, if
So
we've agreed on that,
They're
before
getting
I
134 platinum then.
Yeah.
We're putting in the change.
Yeah. So Saran Mr is the one who you give all the money to.
I will hand that over, the 134 platinum
So
over to
the
her.
crew has been paid for 9 months then.
9
Yes.
months. Yeah.
With a little bit of a bonus slush fund for them too. They're
Yeah.
30 odd gold slush fund.
Does that include
plus-
any of the like provisions?
Yep.
Already been asked. Asked and
That
answered.
Provisions is a bad word, apparently.
Asked and answered.
That includes all the ammunition.
Asked and answered.
Okay. Just yes. Yes is an acceptable answer. Say yes. It's fine.
It's too much math, man.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Cool. So we're good.
Now, if we want to buy something special, that might be different.
That's
right?
last time we bought some special
Yeah, we
things,
bought
and I
special
wanted to make
things,
sure if
that's
we
all.
need to buy anything
We
special.
didn't buy.
If we need to buy any alchemical
Alchemist Fire.
alchemist fire cannonballs.
We can do that if we want.
Okay, that sounds like a great idea. Potentially, types of cannonballs.
We're
Huh?
still good.
Yeah.
Some cannonballs that shoot different. Some that shoot ice. Some that shoot other things.
I know
Be
we've
fun.
got great chain and cannon.
Yeah. So some alchemist fire and some ice blocks would be fun.
One of the other things I want to inquire on before when we get to port, whatever, is see if they have anything,
Hey guys.
any shipments or anything lined up.
If the captain has anything lined up, he's gonna tell you no.
Okay.
They because this was a little bit the whole swapping was spur of the moment, and Prosperin had been kind of running the ship as kind of like a mobile archaeology lab. So there really hadn't been much of anything when it comes to that. They actually haven't taken on cargo in quite some time. They said your best bet is to either find cargo afloat, and Captain McKenzie does say that it is well known that people within Haven will always have jobs.
That is one of the things he wants to do is stop by the headquarters and see if there's anything moving from there.
Okay. And we were talking about starting to ship tobacco. if I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
mistaken.
we did.
Go into Edwards and see if we can. What do you need? 'Cause, we're available to go do such things. To go to places like Wudan and tinker.
What'd you guys do in your
But
most
my guy
recent
says
D&D
mine.
campaign? We built
He's
Philip
right.
Morris.
Right? Honestly. We built Philip Morris / Starbucks.
Right. Yeah,
Essentially.
we're into providing
Light piracy.
spirits, tea, tobacco, and coffee.
Yeah.
Like that's really all
Yeah.
we care about. Okay, maybe a few fine meats and cheeses and some wines, but like those four things, right? Yeah, the staples, the things
the
that make life
spirits.
work.
And the meats and
like
cheeses aren't
pirates.
lasting the voyage.
Not if we're
We
on
know
board.
where we are.
The four staples of being a pirate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and we live in essentially a piratey type, like we currently take port in Haven, our current base of operations. So maybe we should start providing things that the base of operation already needs and wants. And I have a good idea about what bottles would be required, casks would be required for certain establishments in town, and I think that my relatives would be pretty happy to engage in business with us if we could find some low end spirits for them.
Do we have any idea how open Captain McKenzie might be to less than legal?
Yes, we do. I already asked him about it. He's
Okay.
fine.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, he couldn't care less.
All Captain McKenzie cares about is that his crew comes home safe.
And gets paid.
And that's even a very distant second.
Yeah.
As long as everyone comes home alive, that's always been Captain McKenzie's
I
thing.
figured this crew is actually fairly well off already,
Mm.
and they kind of enjoy their jobs.
This isn't, for those of you who've been afloat, there's no deckhand crew member here that is not wearing at least fine level of fine clothing.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone wears good shit.
Yeah.
All of their leather armor. Everyone wears leather armor.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone has high quality weapons, personalized weapons.
Right. Right.
This is not a crew who are
They're not-
struggling.
They're not grabbing bill hooks off of
Yeah.
a rack to go into battle. They're
Yeah.
drawing their own sabers and axes. And, yeah.
Okay, so everybody 60. I think we decided
64 platinum.
64. 60. You said 61 plus 3 for me, so 64 for
64 platinum.
And then we'll just divvy up the remainder to the.
134.
To the crew.
134.
You guys handle those finances. I don't care. I'm going to give you guys money.
So-
That's your job.
As a table, do we just want to keep gold or money individual and not have like a party fund? Yeah.
Seems to be that way.
Okay, let's do
I
that.
mean,
Done.
I don't care either way.
Decision made. Moving on.
There's 2 platinum floating for the party that'll be our welcome home dinner, I'm
Right,
guessing.
yeah.
Or drinks. With this group, it'll be drinks.
Okay.
yeah, there'll be some dinner. It'll be mostly drinks.
At this point, it's late.
Just say it.
It's late afternoon. Nice. Nice.
I have 69 platinum.
Oh, so do I.
Nice!
We haven't had a nat 20 yet, so drink, motherfucker.
Yeah, right, drink.
Cheers.
I got you. There we go.
Nice.
Drink acquired.
I need to go spend 10 gold and then I have 69 in both categories.
Well, it's not 69.
I have a lot of gold. I think a lot of us ended up with 5 platinum at some point.
Yeah, from the
From the
exploration.
Yeah.
first one.
Sark also doesn't.
And we were like, damn, we got paid well. And then we got handed a bag of 500 platinum.
Hey,
Hey, man.
that's what happens when you negotiate with people who are so rich that
Right.
money has no meaning to them.
Unfathomable.
I'm gonna go find a warehouse that we can hang pigs in and do experiments in later.
But that's also why.
Oh, we haven't owned property in a while.
It's also why Bergheim has basically no poverty. So, Bergheim is where you want to retire to. Because everyone has a stipend.
Right.
Everyone who wants to work can work.
I mean,
It's a wonderful place.
It's like Dubai, but not as shitty.
No, it's like
that would be nothing
it's-
like Dubai.
Yeah, it's an actual socialist utopia.
Okay.
Late getting in.
Unlike Dubai.
Don't sponsor us, Dubai.
Yeah, please don't.
No.
Now they're going to call us and sponsor us. The ship
I'll take the money.
begins to turn very much Sam.
Yeah.
The crew ably turns into port here. And unlike the slightly terrifying maneuvers that were required to get onto the pirates' dock, this one's super smooth. But it's late afternoon, kind of that lazy siesta time for those, or for Italians, riposo. You know, the other than the Tritons who are out and about, seeming to have fun out in the bay. It's kind of a lazy time of day. What would you guys like to do? Is that the grand on your shirt, dude?
Mhm.
That's what I thought.
Checking into the office.
Okay, you guys are gonna check into the office.
I think it's time to go get some salads. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what you get when you come into port, right? Fresh vegetables and fruits.
Sure.
Sound good?
We've been eating pretty good.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, we weren't.
but we weren't
very
eating
long.
salads.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Is it time to go get salad? Do you want to go where we went last time?
We can go get salad, I guess.
If we really have to get salad for you,
We
can go
don't.
get
We
salad.
don't. This is what you said last time I saw you when you came into port. You wanted to get a salad.
Yeah, I'd been at sea for 6 months.
Oh, that's longer.
It's a lot longer. Yeah,
That's a lot longer.
Yeah, it's a lot
We were
longer.
not gone that long.
This
We were
is a-
gone, what, 8 days?
Very
Yeah,
short
10
voyage.
days.
10 days.
Very short voyage.
Short voyage.
Yeah.
So a week and 2 days.
Normally, it's not like that.
Well, because right now, like, it just seems like we should figure out dinner plans more than anything else. It's late in the evening. Most businesses are closing down.
Oh no, businesses don't close down. The jewelry shop.
Yeah, the things that I want. Fancy stuff. But is the blacksmith open?
Maybe. It's late afternoon. It's not evening.
Oh, okay. So it's like 4 o'clock.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
All right. Do we need to check in with our blacksmith friend and see what's available?
Yeah, we absolutely do. Yes,
Is-
100% we do.
Did we establish if there's like a magical curiosities type shop? There's not.
We didn't have one.
Well, there was that guy that had the back room.
That's
That
the
was
jewelry
about it.
That's the
shop.
jeweler.
Yeah, that's a jeweler.
And the
Yeah.
jeweler shop is closed.
Yes.
But the jeweler shop also, like it's only been 10 days. It probably hasn't gotten.
Yeah, it probably hasn't been restocked or anything.
We
Yeah.
we bought all of his fancy things.
Yeah. I do want to try to build enough of a left arm plate mail that I get a +1. Like it's a shield.
I'm gonna be fucking expensive.
I know, I'm fine with I'm going to piecemeal
Nail.
the fuck out of this plate mail.
You get it one.
Well, I think
piece
your
at a
Pokemon
time.
was like 50. Was like 75 gold pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
And then my fucking gauntlet was
Well, you
like,
have 10 times that now.
yeah, my gauntlet wasn't cheap either. But
Well, I think it's time to go get a commission
yeah.
set up.
This is
I
day
want to
15.
I want a full metal alchemist my left arm is essentially what it is.
Also, there might be a few reagents or material components that might need to be acquired.
Before we split off from them, if they start talking about going to dinner, I'll flip them a probably a sending stone.
Okay.
And just say, we got something else to check in. Let us know where you guys decide to end up getting dinner, and we'll meet you there.
Skel, when you come back in, right now, last time, it was like, let's go get a drink. That was the first thing you wanted to do when you got up. But we've been drinking most of the day.
Yeah.
Does that change anything?
No.
Well, then, I
We
think
were
we have.
drinking on the boat.
That's what I'm saying.
Now we got to get a drink on land.
All right. Well, we should do that. Now, when you get on land, and you're trying to steady,
Are we on land yet? How's he doing? Standing on.
that's what I'm noticing.
Yeah.
Is that you might
Ooh.
are you
Constitution save.
not as good.
Should I feel like this is like the second time I've gotten off a ship too,
Me too.
right?
Yeah, I probably need one too then.
Con.
No,
No? Okay.
the manager has his own fucking ship
18.
that you've been on multiple times.
Okay.
13.
When you first get off, you are not walking in a straight line, but you don't fall down.
Okay.
Does Patrice think that he's drunk too much? Or
Is that why
does
this
he
conversation
recognize-
is
No.
happening?
Or does
Patrice,
he
thi-
recognize that he
Patrice doesn't even notice it.
Oh,
He
okay.
thinks he's walking straight,
Gotcha. He's clueless that he's.
but he
walking.
doesn't
Yeah.
understand how the horizon's moving.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah.
Can I be doing handstands down the street in front of him?
Sure. Dexterity check for me.
How come you're
Acrobatics.
18.
Acrobatics works, yeah. You're fine. You have no problem.
Oh, Patrice is in between Scald and SOA doing one of these,
Yeah.
and they're just like,
He's
good
Yeah.
with
Just
it,
go with it.
they
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
They know.
Right.
Dirty
He's
fun.
Jack Sparrow
So-
his way down the street.
So when you come to port, is it common to go to the closest establishment, or is it common to go to the fanciest establishment, or is it common to go to the cheapest establishment?
Middle. You want to go to the establishment where the staff is going to have exactly what you want, and they're not going to bug you. They're not. You don't want to go to the fanciest place because they're going to bother you the whole time.
As
Right.
as this conversation is happening, you
It also
watch
depends on how much you just got paid.
as this conversation is happening. You watch as Sark is doing cartwheels and back handsprings in front of you.
But you don't understand how he's moving and you're not.
Just yeah. So
I think you need a drink.
I think I listen to you all too often, and I'm going to continue that. You already have my power of attorney, but I haven't given you my medical power of attorney yet. But we'll see what happens.
I don't know that you haven't.
So as we start walking down the dock area, and we're attempting to go, where would be that middling location?
The
Would it
badge
be the
and
badge
bottle?
in the bottle?
Might be.
think that was the one you went to when you first.
Yeah. I think it's the badge on the bottle because Driftwood is the fancy spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wrote them all down.
Yeah. Medium range tavern, human male
And the
bartender.
and the low end bar is the broken box.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm making my way towards the badge in the bottle.
As the four of you, yes,
Sure. Yeah.
the four of you enter. It's moderately busy because the sun's still up. But the bartender, there's an instant note of recognition because he's good at his job. And ahoy, shipmates, come on! And he's already got a line of shot glasses. Whiskey's getting poured.
Excellent.
Welcome home, sailors. First round's on the house.
Thanks, sir.
You know that this is a fairly regular custom at the Bachelor Bar.
Can I buy you one as well?
You already noticed that one's there for
Excellent.
him.
I lift my glass for everybody, and I say, "To a long, slow death." Clink, and I shoot it.
That's foreboding.
Death.
Whoa! That's what? Should I ask what that was?
That's just the water of life.
It tastes.
I feel like this is in character too.
It's like it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not as good as that rum that we had, and it's not as flavorful. What was that? Barkeep?
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
This will keep you alive, though.
Alive?
Mm-hmm. It extends the length of your life.
Are you saying I haven't been truly living?
Absolutely. I've told you that multiple times.
It's finally sinking in. That was pretty good. That was I feel like I should drink this slower than that, though. Maybe.
I go, let's, can we get another round?
Yeah.
Lines it back up, pours it.
Is it over ice this time?
Nope.
I hold my glass up and I say, "May the road come up to meet your feet." Clink, shoot it back.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to cut away.
As Skeld is going, let's get another round of those going.
You walk up to the Nine Brothers, Ellen Sark, as the human receptionist is turning the sign to close. He says, "Welcome home," and he bolts. He's going home, right? Because he does not care what happens in that back room. He doesn't want to know what happens in that back room because he gets paid very well to not know, right? At this point, you know how to get back there. You go up there and you click the button and it opens. And as the wall begins to slide open, you hear conversation of two familiar voices. One is your local representative,
Lucille.
Yes.
and hold on. This is the problem with me is I don't have one single set of notes. I got notes on my phone, on my laptop. Now I even got notes on my PC.
Oh shit.
We call that version control at work.
I need to not buy notebooks, but that doesn't stop me. I have like 12 notebooks with stuff in it from the same thing, and I'm like, where did I put
Mm-hmm.
that? I just realized this notebook has stuff I've been looking for in it. My other notebook does. Every time I attempt to consolidate, it gets worse.
So, sitting there in the receiving end, you see as you walk in a gray-skinned tiefling woman. You know this as the as soon as you walk in, the voice hits you hard. It is the manager's mayordomo. Her name is Kaylee Allen. You'll notice some naming conventions about tieflings.
Kaylee Allen.
Very Appalachian.
I know we went over it. I don't know if I made notes.
And I was gonna stop kind of at the there's a bit of a hallway between the back room and no?
The room opens and her office is back there.
Okay. Then he will as the door opens and he hears both of the voices, he will stop. He won't go through the doorway. We'll just stop outside and wait to be acknowledged.
The conversation doesn't even stop, and you watch a hand wave you in.
They'll go in.
And Kaylee turns around after finishing the conversation and says, "Just the two I was wanting to see." And we're going to take another break right there. Okay.
Drinks!
Welcome back to Campaigns and Concoctions, where we are going to finish up today, but we have got a lot of drinks. John is finishing up one right now. What did you make, though, Jared? Come over here.
I made.
It looks like Romulan ale.
Sure, Romulan ale. You didn't have pictures yet. Okay.
Talk about it.
You don't need a whole time.
Earlier I was taste testing a couple Violet creme de Violets we had.
Taking
and
pictures, so check out the
was
grain.
thinking maybe mezcal and creme would go together. So it's
And they
2
do.
ounces mezcal, half an ounce of creme de violet, 3/4 of an ounce lime juice, and a quarter ounce of the spicy. What is the syrup?
It's Serrano honey.
Serrano agave.
The Serrano
Got
honey.
it.
Yeah. And I shook that. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure I like it, but I think other people like it. So it's an idea I still want to play with more, but we're out of mezcal, so I'll have to be for another night.
All right, Curtis, come over here and tell us about your Debbie Don't.
Debbie Don't is another milk and honey cocktail. It has 1 ounce of Reposado tequila, 1 ounce of Averna Amaro, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, and half an ounce of maple syrup. It tastes to me like a fall margarita.
All right, and then John made 2.
I did make 2. Neither of them has a name yet.
Well, one's a variation of what we had the first
one. Was a variation on the Astral Trip.
I think this one should be the actual Astral Trip. The other one could be called something else.
Yeah.
This one is also fucking pretty.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
So the difference was I did step up the maraschino just a hair, and I also added creme de violet. So it totaled out at 1/4 of an ounce of maraschino liqueur, half an ounce of creme de violet, 1 ounce of pear schnapps, 1.5 ounces of Slivovitz, the plum brandy, and I garnished it with a maraschino cherry again. And then the second one that I made is a rum cocktail. I'm pretty happy with it. It needs a little bit of work, but it's getting close. So I did Bumbu rum.
Bumbu XL.
Yeah, the XO, yeah. 1.5 ounces of that. About 3/4 of an ounce of orange juice. I think part of the problem that I'm having with it right now is that I didn't strain the orange juice.
Yeah,
If
no,
I'd
I
strained
just
it, it'd be
tasted
a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then 1/2 ounce of Aperol, a 1/2 ounce of Remy Martin cognac.
Always a good combo, rum and cognac.
And a 1/2 ounce of Cointreau. And I actually do think it turned out pretty good, but not straining the orange juice has left it a bit more bitter than I wanted it to be.
I also think if you did the Campari instead of the Aperol,
So
it'd be a little bit better.
The Campari would have made it more bitter, but
Yeah.
in a different way.
Yeah.
And I think the Campari bitter actually would have been better than the unstrained orange juice bitter.
Mhm.
But it is a
Yeah.
pretty looking cocktail.
Yeah.
And if it had been Campari, it would have been much more red, which is
Right,
what I
for
wanted.
sure.
I wanted a bright red cocktail, and we didn't get
The
that.
Romulan ale tastes nothing like it looks.
Mm-mm.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
It's super disconcerting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, this is what you need to be taking pic. You need to be recording so that
I need to give his. He has the best reactions out of everybody here.
Oh.
I'm gonna stick with
Which
the
says a
purple.
lot.
It's interesting. I don't know if I can call it good. It's not my favorite, but
I was not expecting a light blue drink to taste like
it's
that.
the creme de violet I have.
Yeah.
The creme de violet I have is indigo,
Yeah.
and when you mix it, it lightens to like.
I enjoyed that one.
I got it. I'm calling this the spin on the astral trip. It's an astral projection.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the ethereal plane is the
Ethereal.
parallel.
Ethereal.
We could
Ethereal,
call it
same
an
difference.
ethereal trip. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. Yeah, let's do it. Ethereal trip.
Okay.
Ethereal projection. I really like
That's a
projection
ghost.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
El Sark.
It's the spooky season.
Kaylee turns around and says, "Just the two I was looking for."
Ma'am?
I have
That's a Nate question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am?
she her. We were a little disconcerted by some of the messages we've received from the two of you. The boss is very interested in any kind of descriptions of technology and past devices, as you've described underneath this island. So at some point, this is not an immediate recall, but he would like you and anyone that you bring with you to come home. He has tasks. And she looks at you, El, and says, "This task could ensure some very long-term stability for people. You won't ever have concerns again."
We will be home at some point in the near future then.
Again, no rush. Nothing's going anywhere. But we also know that this is by fastest ship it's a 2-month journey.
We are now part owners in a ship.
Airship?
Airship would be about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Forgot about that one. But even then, 2 weeks is a long time.
A lot can change in 2 weeks.
Not everyone has my ability to move quickly. But what of your most recent job? Is there anything that you would relate in similar veins to what you've experienced on your first one here on the island?
There's a correlation between the ruins of a certain age and magic desolation.
There are more ruins in the island.
Rugen.
Rugen.
I can't remember if Rugen was the city or the island.
Rugen's this island.
In Rugen, there's an old pirate harbor on the western side that we used that leads to a cave entrance, mine entrance, something that we followed down to some ruins where we procured the staff for Prosperin, Richter's daughter.
And in an effort to not aggravate any of the Richter's clan, we shared all, and she at least seemed very interested in said ruins as well.
Well, according to the boss, you are to share any and all information with the Richter clan.
Mm-hmm.
There is no secrets between. Well, let me rephrase. For you, there are no secrets between the Richter's clan. We have our fair share. They have theirs. We'll let you know anytime that it's different.
We haven't told them of what we found here. Nothing was asked, nothing was told.
That's to be expected. Well done.
We did mention we'd encountered the effect before. At least the ruins before, not the effect. She's encountered the effect before. not the roads.
Not
Thank you.
surprising. What we hear about her travels.
Jared, can you get the door?
I wondered where that was coming from. I'm like, I don't remember hearing that.
Yeah,
before.
it was like
So sorry, family, for that sound. That sound. The outside door didn't get shut.
Yes, it was Curtis.
Yes, try that now.
No. I'm in the middle of the.
It was Curtis.
I'm soliloquying right now.
Sorry, it was Curtis.
Based on our information, she and the Lord Richter himself are looking for ancient artifacts that predate the Age of Arcana, as well as some newer ones that were created either during or after it.
She did mention that they were looking specifically, in this case, for Ovisium items.
And you watch, just like, the professionals that y'all are, everyone's got their notebooks out and they're swapping information, and she writes it down, Ovisium. That name sounds really familiar. I'll see what the boss has, and then we'll task some of our researchers to find out what we can.
A former party of the boss's employ had an axe of Abyssium.
Drove him insane. He's currently apparently in a dungeon somewhere, or a secret prison somewhere in the desert. She also
Ovisium
mentioned
is.
okay. I believe it's the wielder of the axe, not Ovisium.
Could be both.
She did mention Ovisium's soul is missing, whatever that means.
Yes, that.
So we'll start digging for that, because if we can make a little bit of money from that, the Richters are not afraid of paying for information, and we gladly will take it from them.
They'd rather or not.
As a full disclosure note, I flip over my Nine Brothers amulet that has the coin of Bearkin in the backside. We have the ability to use their facilities as well as call upon their aid, however limited or free that may be.
We may call upon you to use that in general. They guard their library strongly. So they don't grant that boon lightly. But again, the boss is very interested in what you have to say. There will probably be a meeting when you get home. He has directed me to say, you said that you have a ship yourself?
Part owners.
Well, that simplifies things, because he was going to charter a ship for you. Go ahead and just set sail for his personal dock on the building, our main building. Yes, Chris's character. I didn't get a chance to bring this whole story in because he left the game.
I know.
Family, if you're a DM and you have unused plot hooks from other games, use them in other games.
And PCs turn into NPCs really easily. You just add that N at the front.
So,
We are currently at no end. We returned from a job. We have nothing pending.
well, again, we're not pressing. You don't need to come home right away. She looks over at the local rep and says, I'm taking these two off of your hands. And she says, give me your tokens.
I pull the Bearkin off.
And she gives you the next station. You know, it's reversed, right?
Mhm.
She says, "Well, this now will place you under my direct supervision, just to ensure that you can always get the support that you need. Because at this point, one of the many eyes of the boss is on you."
Elle will give kind of like a half bow as she hands it back.
That also comes, not only does that responsibility increase, but the stipend does too. Continue finding work. At this point, other than coming home at some point, sometime soon, you are free of any current responsibilities of the organization.
Is there an outer limit to when we should come home?
Let's say 2 months.
Yeah, the Twilight Zone.
But as always, the Nine Eyes is grateful for your work.
We are grateful as well.
You look like you have something to say, Sark.
Was remembering. More for Lucille than for you, ma'am.
Well, if that's the case, is there anything that you two need from me, Lucille? And Lucille says, "Oh, you've taken care of more than my concerns."
Unless you would like the detailed debriefing now or through.
I'm not worried about it. We'll get it together with the boss. It's probably better to do it all at once.
Then I have nothing further.
She goes off and you watch as she draws a teleportation circle. She heads back home. You had something for me? Lucille asks.
Do you have a small warehouse space, even just part of one, that we can hang some dead pigs in for an experiment?
Her face.
Looks just like yours right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, his face is, I believe the technical term is screwed up.
Because her first thought was to.
I thought it was da fuck.
Yeah, that's that's the
That's the
physical
street name. That's the
representation.
street name. I have a small storage area underneath the here. We don't actually own a warehouse here. There's not a lot of space to buy here, and it's really expensive. If it's really necessary, we can make that happen. Unfortunately for you, those new chains that you've acquired allow for a lot more spendage. But if it's priority, I'll make it happen. But
It's a side project.
okay.
Yes, I would prefer something above ground too, in case I accidentally blow it up.
I'm not gonna ask.
No.
I love the way your conversations go. I absolutely love
It's
it.
one of my favorite parts about this character is I can just jump topics and it makes perfect sense. I'll put it this way. Keep your ear to the ground for anyone selling or leasing warehouse space that you wouldn't mind seeing possibly blown up.
I probably won't, but it's happened.
Well, with the
It doesn't
Seemingly-
need to be a Nine Brothers thing. We have a decent amount of income of our own at the moment, and it's probably best to keep this off the boss's books.
with the new attention that this particular office seems to be getting now, thank you. It might not hurt to expand a little bit of space because I think we can make a little bit of more money in our real jobs.
We have a boat that could use some cargo for shipping too, so if you need to use that as cover for
Right now, it's going to be a little bit before we get to that point.
And an impressively amoral crew.
The good ones usually are. But at this point, do you need work right now?
not after that conversation. I think we need to make another trip underground first.
Yeah.
Will you let me know? There's always work to be found here in Haven.
Love it.
Um,
Love it. Any fighting rings?
You need to go to Broken Boxer, right? The Broken Boxer.
Okay. That's all.
Scene?
You guys good?
I'm done. Yeah.
Scene.
I just want to point something out real quick. One of the things that makes Morgan such a fucking awesome DM is he literally leaned over to Curtis and was like, the place from your backstory. What did you name it? It's the place in my world that he needs to go to, and that's so fucking cool. Like that is truly.
I was
collaborative
ready to tell
storytelling.
him.
Yeah, I know. You're like, tell him to go here, and he was like, what's the name of the place? Like it was fucking beautiful.
it in my thing.
It was beautiful to watch. I fucking loved it. That is collaborative storytelling. That's what it's about, and it's fucking cool. It's really fucking cool. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I believe Jared took a picture of Matt's face when I was describing the character with the axe, because that was a character from another game that happened.
I didn't get it. In
I haven't known what happened to this character since COVID, and this person stopped playing D&D with me. Right? I just know this character still exists in this world
Somewheres.
somewhere. We never saw him again.
Him and his torn T-shirts on his javelins.
Yeah. And that fucking axe.
It's a cursed axe that crits on 16s and higher.
It's the most fucking broken magical item in the history of this fucking game.
But he was constantly having to make rolls to keep his sanity.
That's still awesome.
Yeah.
100% on board if you ever want to give me something like that.
Oh, I have
Just a heads up.
We know who has
It's like
that.
real life.
Yeah, right?
Do I keep
Oh,
my
we can go
sanity?
find it.
Mm-hmm.
We can
Yep.
get paid
Yes.
by Prospering to go find it.
Good thing
But can we
everything's
get
dead.
that?
It's easy to keep my sanity when
The axe?
No,
Isn't
she just knows about it.
She just knows that he's there with it.
Because they not only did they used to work for the manager, they used to work for Prospering.
Mhm.
Well, you guys were also hunting for Prospering for a while
Right,
too.
right.
There's a whole story, guys. A whole story. It was a level 1 to 17 campaign.
You think Prospering's cool? Wait till you meet her dad.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Sark's mildly interested, but is getting the really bad vibe from Al. And
Sid really wants to meet him. The Lord
Yes,
Rector.
I do.
I'm going to try and make it happen.
I
So,
want to go bird hunt. So
El Sark.
Tankermere at some point.
As we leave, I'm going to message Skeld and ask where they are, so we can catch up to them.
What do I hear?
From the sending stone that I handed you, you hear, "Hey, where are you guys?"
Pocket's talking. How many shots have we done at this point? 6.
Thumb rub.
We're at the, what's the name of this place called?
Patrice, where are we?
Badge in the bottle.
Badge in the Bottle.
That's right.
I think that was just under 25.
I'm not just
Sark's going to lean over and tap Al on the shoulder.
not vag in the bottle. Badge in the bottle. Okay, badge in the bottle is upstairs. Okay.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Or maybe downstairs.
Or maybe downstairs.
Jared, you're the best.
I love that Jared is also the most wholesome person on the table. I'm the only one who thought it was the badge and the bottle. Amazing.
Pretty sure.
Or should I say amazeballs?
So we wrote down his badge in the first episode.
Sark's gonna lean over to
I need to see it. I need a picture of this.
Yes,
I'll
please.
find it. Keep working.
Okay. Working until
Let's go back to work.
We're
Let's
going
go
back to
back
work.
yes.
You're back to
Yeah, we're going back to work.
tell El. Can we just go to the Broken Bottle now? I want to see if there's actually good fights there.
You can go wherever the hell you want. I'm gonna go drink.
It's a bar where fights happen. I'll buy your first 3 rounds.
All right.
Broken box.
Broken Boxer.
Yeah, that one.
Do you let them know?
Yeah,
a lot of B
I'll pull the
taverns in
sending
Haven.
stone back out, and so apparently we're heading to the Broken Boxer because Sark wants to watch fights or fight someone. I'm not sure.
I go, all right, guys, wrap it up. I finish off my drink. I walk up to the bartender.
Probably one gold, 5 silver.
I drop a platinum and I walk out.
He has one currency in his pocket.
That's right. You haven't money changed anything.
You drop one too?
Oh no,
No.
not
No.
no. That's SOA who's kind of tipsy but happy to be back on dry land. Just
Oh yeah. Piece in the fuck out.
Okay. So it's not a very long line of places, right? Like, I think the Badge in the Bottle is next door to the Nine Brothers, right? And Badge in the Bottle, or not Badge in the Bottle, the Broken Boxer is up near Edwards. Because it goes from rich to poor, and then Edwards kind of stands out at the end of the row, right?
So it's maybe a couple blocks.
So, as you walk in, Curtis, if you would please describe what this place looks like.
On the outside of the Broken Boxer is somebody's face being crushed in by a much larger fist than the face. And that is all that the sign says. And then in script above it, I would say it's probably in like 4 or 5 different languages. And it doesn't say the name of the establishment. It just says booze 4 or 5 times, and then somebody's face getting bashed in. That's on the signage out front, and you can hear the Broken Boxer from two establishments away. It doesn't have saloon doors because they were broken off, but it has some hinges still there from when somebody last was thrown out the front door. The Broken Boxer has kind of a like acrid smell of like body odor and sweat and like puke and whiskey, and just like it's where sailors go to spend what they've just gotten. It's also where people go to prove their grit. So you'll see some of the most grizzled, a few teeth missing. You'll see some people with visible scars on their face and hands as well. And as Sark walks in, he's definitely going to be like, okay, he's sizing up these people as they are sizing him up.
I also picture a little bit of a station from Bloodsport with the honey
and
the glass,
Right.
and that shit.
Oh, definitely.
That's the special fights though.
Right.
So all the furniture in there is not nailed down, and it is.
Or is it?
there's the nailed down section and there's the not nailed down section.
There might be a few things along the wall, but there's definitely like things need to be able to quickly move out of the way. And at least once a night, a line of chalk is drawn on the ground, and 2 half-drunk sailors prove their might against one another. There's a few smatterings of old blood on the ground, a few different colors of blood.
Mostly brown because that's what it turns.
Yeah.
Colors. That's the color it turns on wood.
Yeah. And then behind the bar is the Shakerton family. It's a family establishment. There's several different
Haven Shakertons.
all the Haven Shakertons being there, showing the lowest form of hospitality to those that come in, making sure that they're making sure the glasses are clean and that things are fixed. But no niceties, no.
What is the resemblance of the Shakerton family to people that they may know?
Oh, they're all of human race, actually.
Okay.
So it's a human family, a large family. Mostly males behind the bar and the ladies in the kitchen. Not entirely, but definitely there are several on a what night of the week are we on? Midweek. So there's about three people serving drinks behind the bar, 1 floater, and then 2 or 3 individuals back in the kitchen and moving and making sure stuff is staged. The proprietor is going to be Tony, the elder Shakerton, and he has a multitude of brothers and sisters and cousins that are all part of the family business. Some have split off, but those that have remained have done well because this bar is constantly full.
I like that.
Sark's gonna walk in, notice the family resemblance, and just look at Elle and go, "How did Patrice end up like he did?"
Make a perception check real quick, Al.
I like that.
I was about to ask if I could. That's an 18.
You definitely get the family resemblance to your experientially naive member of your party.
I have no idea, but now I'm very curious.
See, it wasn't just for me that we came
Broken
out drinking
what?
here.
Boxer.
Broken box.
Broken boxer.
I need to go find the bookie. I know why Sark's here. It's not the first time we've done this.
The word "the" probably is not correct. There's probably several. There's probably a board on the wall, I would assume, with
There is one official bookie. So it's probably going to be someone in the employ of the Shakerton clan. There is a board that has everybody's name on it. Right now, there are no odds lined up against them because the fights haven't started tonight. But as we get to that point, eventually those who throw their names in the ring, the odds will be thrown up against there. So just so everyone knows, I don't know if we've actually put a date yet on the game, but we're retconning it to what it is today. Yeah. So today is the 24th of Zepha. Zepha.
Hell yeah, I would have gotten that.
It is a Ireul. Ireul. That's the day of the week. Because you asked.
What?
Eul. I don't know how to say these. I made the mistake of creating this calendar and not making it easy to say.
I was very deliberate
That
in making
happens.
mine easy to say.
E-Real is the 4th of 8 days.
It's the 4th of 8 days. Zalil?
So it's like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
We're going to the Fight Club on a Wednesday.
Hey
Mike,
Mike,
hey Mike,
hey Mike, Fight Club.
Pre-hump and
As I
post-hump
walk
day.
over to the bookie, I'm just gonna turn to Sark and just, you in tonight or?
Might as well be. We're here.
At this point, the four of you walk in. And you see the little form. You don't really see L. You just see his hand as he's pointing, as he's talking to, you know exactly who he's talking to.
Yeah.
Patrice, you know he's talking to the bookie, and you see that little hand pointing up and like to the board, and you see that there's
Dirk.
a couple of names.
Dirk the bookie.
There we go. Cannon.
Do I recognize this interaction since I'm from Haven?
Roll a history
You
check.
probably never played.
I've probably been here. I've probably never.
Yes.
Well, that's not right. I'm really checking to see if I noticed the bookie. That's a 9.
No.
Okay.
You were here, but it was kind of the like experimental phase where you didn't pay attention to anything going on and just went to say you could have gone, that you've been there.
SOA's never actually had money to gamble on Bloodsport before.
It's the end of a bar crawl night. You don't really, you know, you were there.
I know, like she understands this is the kind of place you go to lose money.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So she hasn't gambled.
Oh, SOA. You
She's-
can hang out with Sark more.
She hasn't had the money. She hasn't had the money to gamble yet. That's what I was trying to go with that, but I rolled like shit.
Also, as soon as Sark
This one was
notices Scald in the bar, he's gonna sign to Scald to be like, check out the bartending family.
And I need the other three of you. Are you going to point out that Sark said this to you?
No.
Okay. So I need you to make a perception check. You know, SOA, you know who owns this place.
13 passive, 8 active.
Well, but because it was pointed out,
Yeah.
a 13 is good enough. You recognize the familiar resemblance.
I
And
see.
just a general perception check for you. This is not you. This is it's going to be whatever you roll.
14.
There's a words.
Familiarity.
Thank you.
That's a hard word to say. I won't
It is.
Right.
It's a pain in the ass. I had to think about it.
And you
I'm
don't
not gonna get
you
that.
can't quite place it, Sid,
I'm impressed.
where you know these people from, but there's just so much going on, and when you walk into a space like this, you do your first thing you do is you scan the environment.
Yeah.
You notice that this is a high, as Maverick says, it's a high threat environment.
I'm gonna sign back to Sark. They all have the exact same haircut.
I would guess they all have the same haircut, but it doesn't match mine because
Okay.
I'm relatively the black sheep of the
Okay.
family. Yeah, I would assume that they all kind of have
A curly
slick
mullet.
back hair, and those that have and there's several. The older they are, the more bald they are, and they're definitely trying to hang on to it. There's a few wispy comb overs hiding
Top
in
Gun
there.
action.
Yeah, there's a little bit of some sleeveless shirts, a little bit of shoulder hair, a little bit of shoulder hair, and like they haven't spent like very drastically lighter in shade of skin tone compared to the sailors, for sure, because they spend their time inside, slinging drinks. So
Yeah.
Also, you should bet on me, and then I go up to the bar and buy 3 rounds for everybody.
and they are surprisingly cheap.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I notice the signing between these two?
Sure.
Nope.
Probably not, but pretty decent perception. It's a 13.
No.
Do not roll great.
You do remember, I mean, it kind of, I think everyone saw it initially when
I was deaf,
when
yeah.
when he lost his hearing, but I think the continued one has become more of a subtle way to share information.
Mm-hmm.
So the drinks are had, and then
And I don't think that I'm like actively trying to cover it up, but I think that when Skull does CSL, it's always just innately sort of in a shady way. Because the only times that he's had to use it is when he's trying to grift somebody. So he learned to do it kind of like low down, He just thinks that's how you sign.
as the last of the 3 rounds go down, everyone at this point is starting to feel it. You hear the scrape of wood against stone floor as furniture is being moved. And then eventually the chalk line has been drawn out. Names are beginning to get called. And that's where we'll pick it up next session.
Oh, I knew that was coming. I knew it.
You gotta have time to prep your Fight Club, man.
Yeah.
You can't just wing that shit.
Well, I need to really go. I can't remember which episode it was of season 2 of Critical Role where they have a fight club.
Oh, that was fucking great.
That was a great
really
one.
well done.
And
Oh, was that the battle royale with they had like multiple
There's 2.
fight clubs.
There was.
Well, there was
There
the one that
They kind of have
Risha.
one too.
Yeah.
Grog
Grog
did one in season 1.
I
season
haven't watched it
and
any
then
season 1.
Bo did one too.
Bo
That was in Vasselheim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we can really count
Yeah, and
Grogs
they
as
went
a
back
fight
and
club
then they had
considering he was
then,
fighting
like-
a level 20 monk. Both
No, no, no.
times. Oh no,
I remember
there was the
that.
other fight club where
There was the actual fight
Yeah.
club.
There was
the
the
actual
Okerlon
fight club
that-
where
Yeah,
Vex
I was
flashed
level
him
20.
to encourage him.
Bo did one first, and then they went back. And
No,
then
it was the same night because Yasha fought in that one too.
Yeah,
So-
I remember
That
Yeah,
was
but then-
really
but then-
good.
then there
That was the moment where I was like,
to lose.
yeah, Ashley. I was like,
that's right.
I was like
That
on the
bad.
fence. Like I was always frustrated by some of like Ashley's like choices in combat, and then that one happened, and I was like, she's so goddamn amazing.
It makes sense.
It's like, oh, everything you do makes sense now. Oh shit, next level shit. Well
So-
done.
Thank you, family, as always, for joining us on this adventure. Please leave comments, rate, review us. We do appreciate it. I know there's a few of you out there. I know we've talked about them a lot recently, But the Dungeons and Dime Bags guys, please go check them out. Power Word Fail is a new one that have been helping us out. Talk to them. They've got a pretty cool one, and then Roll and Tell is another one to go check out. It's a 2-person D&D actual play game. I haven't been able to check any of them out, but they've been really supportive of us online. So please support them. Check them out. Also, get in on our Discord. You can find the links in the description of this episode, as well as Instagram at Instagram Pod, or not Instagram Pod. Wow, Campaign and Concoctions Pod on Instagram. Also, John, send me those pictures so I can
Yes,
post them on
absolutely,
on our Instagram, because that's always fun. But with that, y'all, thank you so much for joining us. I hope to see you next time.
Fight.
Exactly. But with all that, guys, it's been a rough month for a lot of us. I know that you're out there having a hard time. Know that we love you guys, and that we hope that you're doing well. With that being said, though, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.